Hello. Good afternoon. Okay, so I'm kind of in my room today. Sorry for the poor quality of lighting. I am actually just curled up with my blankie and not feeling all too terribly well today. So I got a phone call today from my brother. He was crying. My brother lives on the street. He's a street people. And I guess he had gotten off the phone with our dad. And our dad had, I don't know, I guess they had started a conversation. And I guess dad had said something about how my brother needs to have a boy so that my dad could have a grandson to teach how to fish and hunt and do stuff like that with. And my brother called and he was crying. He's never done that before. He's never called, crying like that. He's called me before when he was like on drugs, but never crying. Those were always like he could never make complete sentences and stuff like that. But this was different. He's sober and, clearly upset. And so, yes, my brother is he's homeless. He lives out, in the streets of, Minnesota. So, it's harder to be a homeless person in Minnesota than, say, California. That's why there are more homeless. Actually, I don't know if that's true, so I should not say that. Anyway, okay, so, a little bit of a backstory, and what really makes me mad about this whole situation is that I have children. I have two. I have two girls. One is 18 and one is 16. My sister has two girls as well. One that's 12 and one that's 6, maybe 6, somewhere in there. I don't really have good relations with the lady that adopted my nieces, so I don't know, because I don't think she lets my nieces, talk to me. But anyway, this is not about that situation. So, if my dad was really concerned about teaching somebody how to hunt and fish, why does it have to be a boy? My daughters would have loved to learn how to go fishing and loved to maybe hunt. Maybe not my youngest. She likes deer and, and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she'd like to eat deer, although I don't know. I mean, she likes steak, so she's not exactly like Lisa. She's not a vegetarian or whatever. As in Lisa Simpson. Anyway, so it was really sad for me to hear my brother just really that upset. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever had him cry, cry on the phone with me. My brother's kind of one of those guys that's got to be a tough guy, and I don't know. I mean, to me, my brother's not in a position to even have children, to have that conversation. As a parent myself, I would, if I had a child in that position, that, there are street people like my brother, I would not be bugging them about having children. That would just be so irresponsible of me as a parent to say that to my child. It blows my mind that my dad would say that to my brother, asking him why he hasn't gotten a grandson. He used to say that to me, but he knows I'm going through perimenopause, and my body has said, hey, by the way, even though you're 30, 36 is when I started. Even though you're 36, you're going to be done. But I was already done having kids anyway. Quite honestly, I am not one of those people that likes to hear about people who have their kids in their 30s. That's just not me. I mean, if it's you, great, but it's just not me. I personally didn't want. I had my kids in my early 20s, so that's just what I wanted. So now that I'm now 40 and my kids are on the cusp of graduating high school and going off to college, so I have all this time to do whatever I want with an empty house. So that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, But to have somebody who is not in a stable relationship with anyone, or to even have a home, to sit there and say, I need a grandson so I can teach him how to hunt and fish. I don't know, it bothers me on so many levels. And yes, I'm sorry for the really, really bad videoing in here. And like I said, I'm in my room. I have my blankie. But I don't know. I'm upset that was said, and like I said, my dad has never once, maybe he's a couple times, he's volunteered to watch my kids a couple times out of their 18 years of being around, only a couple times. I didn't have any babysitters for my kids until my oldest was 6. So, or something like that. But that was also because my oldest has contacts, and we had to teach people how to put her contacts in or just to take them out. And then, it wouldn't be a very fun night for my daughter. So I get that, but why did he not try to teach my kids how to hunt and fish? I like fishing. I may not like to touch worms and whatever, but I like being out on the boat. I've always liked that. I would love to have a boat. I love camping. I love doing all that stuff that our dad raised us to, do, because that's what we grew up doing. I like all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to my phone because I tried calling my older brother, but there was no answer on the phone. And, oh my God, my younger brother, he said, I don't know. I don't even think if our dad found me hanging from a tree, if he would even miss me. And just to hear him say that, like 5 or 6 years ago, I found out that my brother got stabbed downtown with some kind of altercation, and he was in the ICU. And I was worried then, and ever since then, I've always been worried that I'll find, some news article, an unidentified man, found dead somewhere, and, to have him say that he wants to hang himself, or that he feels so bad. I told him, I said, I love you and I would miss you. My brother and I haven't always been eye to eye on things, mainly because, we're family argue with each other, that sort of thing, but I don't know. I needed to talk, and YouTube, you were the listener. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to upload this or not. My hair is kind of a mess. I've just been laying in my bed watching Netflix. And then, my brother called, and I'm on some Zoloft, and I'm finding it hard to have strong emotions anymore. Like the other night, I was angry, not to get off topic, but I mean, to get angry, I was mad, but I wasn't mad. I don't know how, I mean, like my body was like not mad, but I know I was mad about the situation, but I let it go pretty quick. I don't know if that's a side effect of the medicine. Like, I'm finding it really hard to stay upset about this situation with my brother. I have, like I said, I have no idea if it's related to this medicine or not. I mean, I'm glad if this is, what the medicine is supposed to do. I mean, I would much rather have it do what it's doing than sitting and stewing in my negative, in the negative feelings. So anyway, yeah. Okay. Well, if you, watched until this point, thank you. And okay. All right. Bye.